Hello, good afternoon everyone and welcome to another Art for All group. My name is Lucy, I'm a creative artist working at St Christopher's Hospice, and normally when the Anniversary Centre in the hospice is open we have an art group that's open to anybody, patients, carers, family, friends or community members to come and join us in making artwork throughout the year. And over the month of January we've been talking about calendars and about different ways to think about time and different ways to show the months of the year. And today I'd like to show you, I suppose, early in the year, work from an artist who started making the work late in their life. So the artist I'd like to show you is Mary Delany. We've got this title here, Late Bloomers. So Mary Delany was born in 1700 and she started making her most famous pieces of artwork when she was 72. She was married very young, age 17, to a man who was much older than her. He was 60. He died 4 years later. Then when she was a young widow, she was able to move through the world with much more freedom than she'd been able to do as a married woman. And she became really interested in botany, in needlework, in painting. She was friends with Handel, she was friends with different artists and intellectuals, and she was interested in many different things. She eventually married again, and she married a man who was also interested in botany, and she cultivated a beautiful garden with him during their lives together. When he died, a couple of years before she started making the artwork that she was most famous for, she was very deeply grief-stricken and turned to artwork as a solace in this. And one day she saw a piece of paper fall next to a geranium petal in her room, and she realised that the piece of paper looked so like a geranium petal and thought that she would like to make botanical illustrations of flowers using decoupage, using collage, paper cutting. And these are what she made. She made 985 of these images that are now in the collection of the British Museum, and 2 of them are always on permanent display in Enlightenment Room 1. So these pictures, these aren't watercolours, these are made with paper. You can see here, maybe you might be able to see a little bit more, that they are paper, and she always put the common name of the flower underneath and the Linnaean classification of the name. And they're so incredibly detailed, and she sourced paper from all different places. They're made of tissue paper. You can see her initials down at the bottom. Here you can see a close-up. The sunflower. And some of them become a little bit more abstracted, but they are still very faithful botanical renderings of these plants. And yeah, she made nearly 1,000 of them before her eyesight failed when she was 84. They're very beautiful, very detailed, sculptural. And just to end there on the flower of January of this time of year, Snowdrop, and I'll be attempting to make this week using paper and using a black background, and that will be my image for January in the calendar that I'm making this year. And perhaps there are plants that you associate with different times of the year that you might like to have a go at making yourself. And I think what Mary Delany shows us is that there's no time that isn't right to start making artwork, no matter what age we are, that you can always pick up something new, invent something new. But thank you very much for joining me today. I hope that you found it interesting, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. All the best.